Right, share screen. Yeah, can everyone see the screen?
Perfect. I'm going to mute out and hand you over to Jo for a presentation.
Yeah. Okay, welcome everybody to our Sunday night call. Thank you for sparing half an hour just to jump on and learn very briefly about this medical breakthrough in science. That is really going to be super interesting, and I'm thinking that you are going to really, learn a lot, hopefully, about this incredible product that we have, which is called Protandim. I'm just going to briefly introduce myself. My name is Jo Lefebvre. I'm a certified health coach, and I'm passionate about helping people to protect themselves from future disease. I've been a health coach quite a while, and I wasn't really looking for a product to add into my business. But Charlie was the one who showed me this, the ABC video that you were just watching, the one that she was just sharing in the background there whilst we were coming on. And obviously, as a health coach, I really understood what oxidative stress and how damaging it was to the human body. So it really did spark an interest in me. So what I'm hoping to cover today is, first of all, explaining what oxidative stress is, because obviously we're claiming that we can reduce oxidative stress in the body by 40% in 30 days. But if you don't know what oxidative stress is, that's obviously not going to mean much to you. So I'm going to cover what oxidative stress is. I'm also going to be talking about what Protandim is and how it works inside your body. And then I'm going to be taking you to PubMed, which is Medical Library of Science, to show you how credible all this information is. So first of all, I'm going to just jump in and explain to you what oxidative stress is. Okay, so probably you will all know, you obviously all know that oxygen is our life force, and that without oxygen, we'd die. But at the same time, oxygen could be really damaging, because if you think of an apple, and you cut an apple and you leave it out, eventually, obviously you know that the apple will start to go brown. And this is oxidation. This is the oxygen basically decaying the apple. So if you can see that image there, where it shows a normal cell, and then it's being attacked by free radicals, and it's showing there a cell that's all broken and damaged, and that's the oxidative stress, which is coming from the free radical damage. So it's basically you rusting internally, just like an apple is rusting, or like a sheet of metal that you might leave out in the rain over the winter. Obviously, we know that it would rust. So this is happening to us internally, and it's being caused by all sorts of reasons. So I'm not sure if you can see that image there, or I'll move all these pictures over here. So oxidative stress. So it's saying here, it's rampant. It's happening to you right now. It's happening to me right now. And it's coming from the choices of food that we have. If you are taking pharmaceutical drugs, this is causing oxidative stress and free radical damage in your body. The air that we're breathing, the water that we're drinking. So many people are making poor choices, and the quality of our food is completely, a lot of the food is kind of sold to us as food, but it kind of ends up being lots of chemical chains, lots of preservatives, colouring. The quality of our food is diminished over the years, and a lot of pesticides and toxins that are being added into our food system, which is creating a lot of toxicity in our body. So our bodies are exposed to about 80,000 toxins. So your body is very good at preventing and helping you to fight off these toxins. But because we're being bombarded consistently, your body's starting to struggle. And as you can look at this image there, you can see that every part of your body is being attacked by free radicals, oxidative stress. And you can see lots of conditions there. So like simple things like skin aging, we know obviously this is happening. But obviously you've got in so many people you will hear about who've got Alzheimer's, cancer, diabetes, chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia. All these are coming and more increasing happening to us. And it's the oxidative stress that's gone rampant. So what we're going to be talking about now is how we're moving forward with this. So Protandim is at the forefront of something called nutrigenomics, and that's the study of how nutrition and naturally occurring compounds affect our genes. Now, you might not have heard of this word before, nutrigenomics, but I assure you, over the years, you're going to be hearing more and more about nutrigenomics. This is a new way of kind of tackling the problem we've got, and our company is at the forefront of nutrigenomics. Now, the scientist behind this is called Dr. Joe McCord, and Dr. Joe McCord is a really well respected and credible scientist. 40 years ago, he discovered an enzyme called superoxide dismutase. Now, you don't really need to know the word, but what he discovered was this powerful enzyme in our bodies. And he could tell that this enzyme was really a powerhouse of antioxidants and creating antioxidants in your body. But what we were struggling with is how to know how to reactivate it. So over 40 years, he's been studying how to kind of reactivate this powerful enzyme, and eventually he found it, and in 2003 declared out there that he could reduce oxidative stress in the body by 40% in 30 days. And this is why that little video that Charlie was showing to you at the beginning was the ABC Libit, which is like a television company out in America. And they are similar to Watchdog in the UK, like a similar kind of TV show. And obviously their job was to kind of discredit his findings. And so they said, right, we want to come and investigate your claims, and we want to send a TV crew around to check out these claims. So if you haven't already seen that little video in the full, I would recommend that you do go back and watch it, because the presenter has his bloods taken, and then 2 weeks later he has his bloods measured again, and it shows that the oxidative stress in his body has been reduced by 45% in just 2 weeks. Now, as I was saying, we claim that we can reduce oxidative stress in your body by 40% in 30 days. But just on that little clip, in 2 weeks, this guy's 2 bars in his blood, this is how we measure oxidative stress in somebody's bloods, had been reduced by a whopping 45% just in 2 weeks. So this went out on national TV in America, and over a period of 2 weeks, $5 million worth of orders came in with people trying to get their hands on this Protandim. But Dr. John McCord is a scientist, he's not a marketer, he's not a salesperson, and they weren't equipped for that amount of orders. They didn't have the infrastructure there for the delivery systems, they didn't have people answering the phone calls, taking the monies. So a lot of those orders were lost. But at the same time as this TV program being aired out there, you know, general public were watching it, but also these kind of scientists, and it sparked interest. So if you can look on the other side of this image, you'll see Harvard University, the University of Florida, American Heart Association. They were kind of watching this and very intrigued, and said that they wanted to do their own independent studies to check out Dr. Joe McCord's claims. So that's why we can say to you that we've got 23 now independent clinical studies, which are an independent clinical study. It's basically where it's not funded by Protandim, it's not funded by LifeVantage. It's basically other companies funding their research, and it's a blind study. A blind study just means that when I say peer reviewed, that means the peer Reviewed means it's another scientist on a similar level to Dr. John McCord. They do not know that it's LifeVantage they're checking out. They just know it's a product that is claiming to reduce oxidative stress. This is why it's called a blind, independent, peer-reviewed studies. And we've got 23, and they're housed on a place called PubMed. And in a minute, I'm going to take you over to PubMed, and that is the Medical Library of Science. Now, the Medical Library of Science is obviously a very credible place where very few supplements manage to get on to PubMed, and we've got 23, and also it's somewhere like medical students, doctors, dentists, scientists. That's where they go and do their credible research. So it's not just like going onto Google and landing on a blog. You're kind of finding a very medical place to do your research. So here you see the Protandim. We've got NRF2 activator. This is an NRF2 activator. So it is not like a traditional supplement as such. What it does instead is activating powerful enzymes in your body to switch back on. So if you think in your body, if you kind of imagine your body being a factory, and in your body, up until the age of 21, you've got a very efficient, effective factory where you've got 1,000 factory workers working effectively, mopping up free radical damage, protecting you from disease, helping you to bounce back quickly from, conditions, disease, sunburn, you being drunk after a night out, you bounce back quickly. But over a period of time, these factory workers start to get laid off. So by the time you're 30, if you imagine 100 of these factory workers have been laid off. By the time you're 40, maybe another 200 have been laid off. By the time you're 50, another 200 have been laid off. So by the time you're 50, you've got about half of your factory workers working in your body. Now, these factory workers are enzymes. Okay, so I want you to imagine now your body is trying its best to still be effective and efficient at mopping up free radical damage and protecting you from disease and conditions, but it's struggling now because it's got less workers. You're still being absorbed by the toxicity of the world that we live in at the moment, and your body starts to break down, and this is a natural aging process. But what we can do is we can start getting these enzymes back into play, getting your factory workers back into play, because what we're doing is triggering these enzymes back on, and they're coming back into place. You're getting back your 1,000 workers. And this is why people are feeling benefits of having more energy, feeling like they're getting rid of brain fog, sleeping better, reducing pain, and feeling like they're just more alive. We have got thousands of testimonials from people who are having all sorts of improvements, but we cannot legally say that we can cure or mitigate any disease because no supplement can claim that. But we can claim that we can reduce oxidative stress in the body by 40% in 30 days. And as I showed you before, oxidative stress is the root cause of nearly all the conditions. So if we're reducing that stress, then obviously we're helping you to bounce back. So if I just quickly show to you, I've already mentioned one of the enzymes being called superoxide dismutase, but another enzyme that's triggering is something called glutathione. Now this is increased in your body by 300% by you taking Protandim. So what's the benefits of that? Well, you can see on this list here, it's increasing your energy, it's slowing down the aging process, reducing muscle and joint discomfort, strengthening your immune system, detoxifying the liver and the cells. It's improving your mental focus and clarity, improving quality of sleep, and so many people are struggling with their sleep nowadays. Improving your skin and your athletic performance and recovery. So if you are somebody who does a lot of exercise, you will find that this is going to be helping you to recover, get back, and you have a better performance. So it's not just for people who are trying to kind of, feel better. It's also helping you to, deal with those, you putting yourself under pressure in exercise. So what is it made from? What are the ingredients? It's all herbal. And so you can see here the 5 ingredients. So it's made from something called milk thistle, turmeric, green tea, black pepper, and a little white Indian flower, which is called bacopa. And it's the synergy of these herbs that work together to trigger this NRF2 pathway, this NRF2 pathway, which is the activating your enzymes to come back into play. So a lot of people say to me, well, I already take turmeric. So yeah, that's fine. I take turmeric. But by just taking turmeric on its own or green tea on its own, that's not going to give you this powerful NRF2 pathway. It's a good antioxidant, it's helping you, but it's not going to have the same powerful effect. Now, the other products you can see here, we have the True Science range. And the True Science range is the skincare that we have, which has got the Protandim inside it. So it's now protecting the oxidative stress from your skin. Obviously, we know that your skin is the first port of call where it's getting that being attacked from the air and the sun damage and the wind. So this is going to really help people to slow down the aging process on your skin. People are having great results where they're feeling that the sun damage from their skin is being reduced, wrinkles kind of being less, people's scars improving. So it's an incredible product, and this is for your skin. Okay, so the main thing I want to stress that is Protandim is not an antioxidant. I know that you can go to the chemist or you can go to Boots or Holland & Barrett or wherever, and you can buy an antioxidant. And antioxidants, we've always thought that antioxidants are really good. So obviously, a punnet of blueberries is a powerful antioxidant, and this is my favourite fruit. I absolutely love blueberries. And blueberries are going to cancel out about 8,000 free radicals in your body. So sounds great. But by you taking an activator instead, what this is doing is helping your enzymes own antioxidants. Okay, so from now, I just want you to kind of see the difference. So if you think about if you had a house fire and there's a fire going on in this room, and I just threw a cup of water onto the fire, it's not going to be really effective. And that is what an antioxidant's like. It's like throwing a cup of water onto the fire. But instead, if you've got a powerful NRF2 activation going on in your body, this is like having a sprinkler system in the ceiling and a fire hose coming in at every corner, putting that fire out. So it's reducing the inflammation, reducing the chaos in your body and calming the situation down. So I hope I've helped you to understand what the difference is between having an activator rather than a supplement. So I'm going to stop sharing the screen now and just come back to our main site. And what, Charlie, is there anything that you'd want to add to anything there? Are you there, Charlie? Yep. Okay, cool.
I am there. It was taking me a while to unmute then.
Yeah.
No, I mean, the only thing, you've put that across very, very clear. The only thing that I would say is some people get mistaken and say, well, I'm not ill, I'm not suffering from anything, why should I take Protandim? And although we can't say it prevents anything, by activating the body to do what it should be doing, then we are reducing our chances of getting the likes of cancer, heart disease, Alzheimer's, dementia. Alzheimer's and dementia was a huge one for me because both my grandparents had that and died. So as soon as someone said it could help you avoid Alzheimer's, I was on it straight away. And then you get the extra side effects, which is fantastic because my grey hair is gone, I've got more energy, I have better quality sleep, I've got less aches and pains, I'm playing hockey at a better level than I've ever played hockey at. So in terms of people, I'm not ill or I'm not suffering from anything, you'd be really surprised on how much difference this product can still make to you, especially with it only being a natural product. But no, Joe, I've got nothing else to add. I don't know if you want to try and mute out Susan. I've lost control of the screen.
How do I do that?
If you go into chat,
Okay.
Susan, you should, if you highlight her name, you should be able to click on the microphone.
No, I'll work it out. It's all right. I'm managing without that, so don't worry. I'll work that out another time. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you to PubMed. So I'll share my screen, and I did get it up earlier, so hopefully it's there. I think I might have to get it again. PubMed, yeah. Okay, so as I explained to you before, what PubMed is, it's the National Library of Medicine and the National Institute of Health. So this is, as I said before, a very credible place to do any of your independent studies that you might want to do. So I'm going to type in the search bar, oxidative stress. Okay, and you can see now it comes up with 171,191 studies, which is linking oxidative stress to disease in the body and conditions in the body. So I can now type in here a condition which a lot of people are affected by, which my mum unfortunately has got at the moment, cancer. So it comes up with 19,230 studies, which is linking oxidative stress to cancer. So if we know that we can reduce oxidative stress in the body by 40% in 30 days, and obviously this is building over time, I would rather make sure that I am taking this to make sure that I am protecting myself as much as possible from, developing cancer. Obviously, we can't say guarantee that this is going to happen, but it's obviously reducing that information, helping you to protect you from future disease. So I can type in other ones, diabetes, which we know is affecting so many people. So 15,251 studies, again, showing that oxidative stress is linked to diabetes. Let's type in another one, arthritis maybe. Arthritis, 1,250 studies. So obviously you can go into PubMed if you want, and you can type in as many conditions and they will come up. There's always going to be a link towards oxidative stress. Could even type in depression. Uh, 1,531 studies linking oxidative stress to depression. So what we do find in our Facebook group, we've got a Facebook group which has got over 10,000 people in it who are customers who are taking Protandim. And they type in their testimonies and share their stories of how this product is helping them with their own conditions and improving their own health. And you're blown away with some of the stories that are in there and how it's really transformed people's lives. People who've been so reliant on taking pharmaceutical drugs, thought that they were going to be on pharmaceutical drugs for the rest of their life, and instead started taking this and being able to wean themselves off pharmaceutical drugs, and now taking something herbal, which is obviously a lot kinder to the body. And what I'll put in here is now Protandim. And you can see our 23 clinical independent studies come up housed on PubMed, and you can go and explore them if you want. One of these studies was done by the National Institute of Aging, and what they did is they studied lots of supplements for over a 10-year period to find out which ones extended life, which ones claimed to extend life, and which ones were really kind of delivering what they said they would. And amazingly, Protandim came out as the only one that could extend life, and it can extend life by 7%. So incredible that National Institute of Aging, it's not like just like a, I don't know, like a little scientist discovering this. Is the National Institute of Aging in America who did that study. So you can see that these are very credible, amazing peer reviews that we've got. Okay, so what I might try and see if you can, yeah. So I'm going to take you to my LifeVantage story. And this is our, yeah, I think I've come, my LifeVantage story, I can't see because this is in the way. I'm over here. Okay, this is our Facebook group. Where our customers are in sharing their stories. So you can see here we've got 10,572 members in there. And I can type in this search box at the top what I'll type in, depression. And anybody who's mentioned the word depression, it will come up highlighted, and you can go in and you can read everybody's amazing stories. That is how it's helping them with depression. I can type in skin. We've got some incredible ones, incredible stories, how it's changing people's eczema, skin problems. And obviously that's not just with the true science, because the true science is what you apply to your skin. But if you take the Protandim and also apply the true science, then people are having amazing effects with their skin. If I type in hair, we've got incredible ones where you can see people's hairs actually growing back. I'm trying to paint, yeah, people share pictures of their stories, images, sorry, where it's showing their hair no longer having grey hair. In Chedi, it's going back to its natural colour. Same with people who are having problems with really thinning hair and it's growing back. So incredible stories of all sorts of testimonials.
Yeah, my friend's husband has just started on, well, he started on a little yellow pill about 3 weeks ago, and he's been bald. We used to go to school together, and he's been bald for years. And since starting on the pill, his hair's growing back, and he's really annoyed now because he's having to shave his head. And also, he's got a beard, which is basically a silver beard, and the areas on his cheeks are coming back black.
Oh, really?
That's after just 3 weeks, so yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and lots of people now. As a health coach, one of the main kind of problems I got people approaching me for was chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia. And you know, it's very years and years ago, it was kind of the doctors didn't really get it, and they were saying it was more like a mindset thing. Whereas we know now it's bombardment of toxins, a lot of it lifestyle choices. But people are in so much pain with it, and it makes them incredibly tired, makes life really difficult. So we've got so many people in here who are having complete turnarounds with Lyme disease, for example. So, you know, sciatic nerve pain, knee, back pain. One of my customers came on and he had bipolar. I don't know if you know bipolar. Bipolar is where somebody has, like, it's kind of like a depression, which is like you give you incredible lows, but then incredible highs. And I didn't know how it would affect him. Obviously, I never say, oh, it's definitely going to help you, you know, it's not going to cure him. I can't say it's going to cure or mitigate anybody's condition. Everyone's unique, everyone's different. But he's been so impressed how it's made him feel that he's actually now promoting the product. So, is there any other conditions you'd like me to have a look at there, Charlie?
No.
Yeah.
I think you've covered quite a lot. Stress, that's a big one. If you just type in stress, people deal with stress a lot easier when they've been on the yellow pill. I know it's made a difference from my point of view. I'm a much more chilled out person and deal with big issues better. You've probably realised that recently as well with the troubles you've had at home.
Yeah.
You see this little boy here, he's got autism. Yeah. And she's starting to get a great result. He's only 3, and she started giving him the little yellow pill, and she's starting to see a real difference in him as well, because autism is one of its main causes is oxidative stress.
Yeah.
I didn't realise that.
No. And a lot of people will say, oh, well, it must be a placebo. It's the placebo effect. But we can then type in here, dogs.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we got amazing results with dogs, horses, and obviously a dog doesn't say, oh, I'm taking up a tandem, I must be feeling better. So yeah, so we've got amazing stories. You can see it's just, I can be scrolling and scrolling, everyone's saying you know, their personal stories. Another thing you can do, you can go on YouTube and you can type in on YouTube, you could just type in Protandim horses, Protandim dogs, and they'll come up with videos that people have made about their personal experience of taking the product. So you might want to put Protandim cancer, Protandim arthritis, and there'll be somebody who's made a video to help you to understand how it's affected them. So basically, I think that's come really to the end of the presentation. The only other thing I could I'll stop sharing now.
Can I just ask you a question, Jo, for you to answer? Yeah. Can you take the little yellow pill if you're on different types of medication?
Yeah, we know that that it's not having it's not kind of interfering with your medication. So yeah, it's safe to take. It's not having any problems with pharmaceutical drugs that you're taking.
Brilliant. And can you just let people know how much it is for those on the line?
Yeah. Okay, so to get it to your door, it's delivered directly to your door, and it costs £43.50 a month. So if you think that's costing you about £1.30 a day, and I know that so many people spend £1.30 in a poor way, bad choices, and this is like making a good choice, and £1.30 a day is nothing to, you know, your health is everything. To me, as a certified health coach, obviously I'm going to say that. So health has always been a real priority to me. And a lot of people don't seem to have that same kind of passion about their health. But once your health's gone, then it's a little bit too late to then start thinking about it. So to me, I kind of think your health is crucial. So to me, it's an amazing investment in yourself.
And people can spend lots of money on individual products, you know, to make their hair thicker. They'll buy a more expensive shampoo. They'll pay for supplementation because they're not getting the supplement, you know, the nutrition from their diet. Whereas or they're going to the physio on a regular basis because they've got chronic back pain or neck pain or, you know, tension. They'll have so many other treatments that's costing them money.
Yeah.
Get on the yellow pill, reduce all your costs, and feel fantastic. Brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah,
well done, Jo.
And I think it's you know, you've got to just try it for yourself and see how it works for you. We're all individual. I didn't start feeling the real benefit for it until about 3 weeks in, and the main thing I wouldn't ever say that I was never on pharmaceutical drugs. I don't have a disease or condition as such, but it's amazing now. You kind of realise that you've been putting up with things that you kind of think you're healthy, but I realised that once I started taking this, then I realised, wow, I'm just feeling like more alive. I'm feeling more energy. My brain fog's going. I could concentrate better. And then the main thing I was noticing is I used to wake up every morning with a really stiff neck. It was like every morning I just expected it, but my head would be stuck on the pillow and I'd have to trying to get my head off the pillow, and then I'd be driving like that for the first couple of hours of the day. That all disappeared. And then I noticed that, you know, I'm 47 years old now, and I was starting to go through the menopause, and I was experiencing hot sweats at night, and they're not very nice. If any women on here have experienced them, it's not something that is pleasant, and they've all disappeared. So, but then the main thing for me is for 10 years I was struggling with gum disease, and I just had this horrible taste in my mouth all the time, and I only had to slightly touch my gums and they would bleed. And obviously I knew that that was improving, but when my dentist said to me, what have you been doing different? All your gum disease has gone from your top gums. That's when I knew, wow, that's an amazing kind of clarification what's going on, when my dentist had really said that to me as well. Okay, so all I can say tonight is basically I hope you've enjoyed this information. I hope you've learnt a lot. Whoever's invited you on this call, if you want to go back to them and ask any questions, or if you want to, you know, check out some information, we've told you now where to do some credible research, but we can also send you a link, which is the video. If you've not watched that video yet, get that person who's invited you on the call to help you direct you to that video. And then there's a research tab on it. So click on that research tab, because that is an amazing tab. Either can send you the link, or you can click on the research tab at the top of the video, and it will take you in the back office and show you the 23 peer-reviewed reports. It'll take you to PubMed. You can click on it, you can go through to PubMed, and then underneath there's about 10 videos that you can watch from Dr. Joe McCord, other doctors, telling you and explaining you about the science behind the product. Charlie's just put it in the chat box. I just saw it pop up. You can click on that if you want. So all I'm going to say is that after this presentation, you're one of three people. You're either number one, you kind of think this is amazing information and you want to just do a little bit more research about it, or you type 2 person, where you think, wow, I just want to get this into my body, and we can help you order as a customer. Or you might be number 3, you might be a person who thinks, wow, this sounds amazing, I can't wait to try the product, but also I really want to help to get this into other people's hands. And then go back to that person who invited you on here, because there is an amazing opportunity linked to this that you can start to kind of help us to get this into people's hands around the UK. Or in America, because I can see Angela's jumped on and she's from America. So I'm going to end tonight's call unless anybody's got any questions that they'd like to type in the chat box. No? Okay, brilliant. Okay, well, nice to see you all in here tonight, and hopefully we'll see each other again in the future.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you later. Bye.
Joe, can you hand me back the host button?
Host, how do I do that? I'll just stop recording first, yeah?